Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel. It's Cynicalex. Happy New Year. Welcome to 2021. Hopefully this year will be a lot better than last year. And we're starting it off with the 4th sneak peek of this new Herald Thor update. And it's pretty nice. If you've been playing Marvel Future Fight for a long time, you remember the good old days. I mean, the days now are better than the good old days, but we always call them the good old days. We don't call them the bad old days. The good old days of the Loki meta, followed by the female Loki or the Floki meta. Loki was meta for like 2.5 years straight, and he may be coming back. Who knows? So let's check it out. The new ruler of Jotunheim has elected to help his brother. Could he turn out to be a true defender of Asgard to atone for the evil deeds from his past? That's always the question with Loki. Is he going to finally become a hero? Is he going to finally be more like Thor, or is he going to continue to embody what who he really is, which is the god of mischief? Please watch out carefully for the actions of Loki, the god of mischief, the new agent of Asgard. We get the sneak peek here. Loki's almighty power of trickery is coming to Marvel Future Fight. So this is the Loki sneak peek. Without further ado, let us click over to it, silence the in-game music, and check it out. So it's pretty ominous. Some pretty ominous music here. It's nice. It's a nice little sneak peek. It's pretty straightforward, and it zooms in on a "Be Right Back" little post-it note that was taped to the throne on Jotunheim. This is the Jotunheim throne that you're looking at here. And on the left, you can see the gigantic iced tea. Not iced tea like "I pity a fool," but is that Mr. T? Oh, that's Mr. T, not iced tea. Iced tea was on SVU. Anyways, yeah, I'm pretty sure. Anyways, Ice-T plays video games, right? Yeah. Anyways, we got the T there, and then on the other side, you got it looks like a W, or it's 3. So it's T3, tier 3 for Loki. Now, that's really cool. I like the sneak peek. It's very straightforward. It's cute. It also has a callback to the comics. Now, a lot of people saw this, and they thought it meant, they sort of thought, you know, "Be Right Back," the short form for "Be Right Back" if you're, you know, out of time or you're a teenager or whatever, is BRB. BRB could also be Beta Ray Bill. So people were thinking, oh, is this a clue that Beta Ray Bill is going to get a uniform? I don't think so, because this is actually in reference to the comic, the Loki comic from 2019. So I'm going to bring back the in-game sounds. We're going to pause this here, and I'm going to show you guys what I'm talking about. So, we'll talk about that later. So this is the comic run that we're talking about here, that they got the inspiration from in the sneak peek, Loki 2019. And this sort of goes hand in hand with the Thor 2020. This is obviously 6 months to a year earlier than Thor 2020. In this comic run, Thor still has his metallic arm, so it's a little bit different. Thor doesn't look the same as he does in his Donny Cates run. This run is not done by Donny Cates, but it's sort of like, you know, they're basically rebooting Thor and Loki. Odin's gone. Loki is the king of Jotunheim, the frost giant realm where he was born, and Thor is the king of Asgard. So it basically picks up a little bit sooner than the Donny Cates story. Now, this is the beginning of the run. You get a little backstory on Loki, as you always do, and then if you see here, where he lived happily ever after, "Be Right Back," and he stickies it to the throne in Jotunheim. So in the beginning of the story, it starts off where Loki goes to Earth, and you can see maybe there's someone hiding behind there. But anyways, Loki goes to Earth and he gets in some trouble at a casino. Pretty cool start to this comic, to this solo run by Loki, but this is where the inspiration for the sneak peek came from. It is, unfortunately, I don't think, a nod or a clue to Beta Ray Bill. It could be, it might be, but it's probably not. But why are people saying that it's Beta Ray Bill? Why are people looking for something else to talk about as far as the update goes? Well, it's because we also got the key art. We got the key art on top of getting the Loki tier 3 sneak peek. So 100% guaranteed Loki is getting tier 3, which means if you have not already done so, and if you haven't done so and you want to, obviously if you don't want to, then don't. But if you want to, then you should find Loki wherever he is. I have a level 70 Loki, right? I have to have a level 70 Loki. Am I blind? Oh, right, I already starred him. Right, I already starred him. Get your Loki to tier 2 if you don't already have him tier 2 and you want to get him tier 3, tier 2 or possibly tier 3, and then play him in World Boss and unlock his potential. I've already done that. I already have him at gear 20, level 70. Like, he's ready to go. All I would have to do is build up his gears to that classic uniform. All I would have to do is build up his gears to 25, and then I could tier 3 him. So thankfully, me holding off on tier 3ing Dormammu actually did end up paying off, because I have the books now that I could use on Loki. I don't know if I'm going to use them on Loki. We'll have to see how strong his tier 3 is. The star creators should be getting the APK about, 16, 18 hours after this video drops. I will not be getting the APK. I'm not part of the star creator program. This is also presumably the final APK. So next month, next update, there won't be an APK. So we should enjoy it. You should support the people that have the APK, watch their videos, watch their live streams. And I'll do my best to cover the information that I find from them here on this channel. So yeah, Loki's getting a tier 3. Pretty exciting. Loki's been bad for 3.5 years. And it's wild to say, because he was literally the strongest character in the game for the better part of 2 years. He was super duper strong. You used him in PvP, like timeline battle, and you'd win all your games with Loki in timeline battle because of the freeze and the clones, and because of the shield that he had, the 8 guard hit for 8 seconds. It's so OP because characters didn't have that many hits, so it's impossible to break all those hits in the shield and actually do damage to him. And then Loki was also amazing for all of the PvE content. Amazing for PvE content, amazing for PvP. And then they gave him the Lady Loki uniform so that you use Loki even more in things like Alliance Battle. So you use Loki for Universal Villain, and you use Loki for Female Villain. So it's like literally you use Loki everywhere in the game. It was the Marvel Loki fight. We made memes about it. It was wild. But then he's just been for like 2-3 years. So it'll be very interesting to see how good Loki becomes. I don't think he's gonna jump to the top of the meta, but it'll be interesting to see how good he becomes. Now let's look at the key art, because the key art is absolutely bananas. It's super duper cool, and yet it creates an additional question. So big shout out to Nixel Cho. I'm pretty sure he is the artist behind this. He's been drawing and he's been sort of creating these beautiful key arts for us for, I believe, about a year now. We had someone else before, but I believe now it is Nixel Cho. I follow him on Twitter, and this seems like his work. It's awesome. Thor looks amazing. Valkyrie looks amazing. Or Brunhild looks amazing. Loki looks so dope. He looks a little young. He's got a little bit of a bob cut, but it looks cool. And he's got a sword, so we can assume Loki will be using a sword with his skills now, with his new uniform and maybe his new tier 3. So that should be really, really dope. And it seems like he's going to be using more of that sort of yellowish, greenish magic. So maybe he's going to be moving away from the ice and the sort of cold damage stuff, which he's been synonymous with for the past few years. Man, I gotta say, Thor looks so dope, but this is the least number of characters we've seen on key art since, I don't know, Secret Empire? I honestly can't remember. And a lot of people are asking, so Thor is a uniform, presumably Brunhild is a uniform for Valkyrie, and Loki's a uniform. Are we not getting any new characters this update? It's definitely possible. It's definitely possible that we are not getting any new characters this update, and that will honestly make some people happy, because they can just keep hoarding their resources and recuperating all of their lost investment, not lost investments, but all the resources that they spent recently building up characters. They can save it up and prepare for the next update. Other players won't really like it, to be honest, because they want more things to invest in. It has pros and cons. It definitely has its pros and cons. I would prefer there to be characters, but really right now we have no idea who they could bring, and we have literally no clue or indication who those characters might be. Keep in mind, we also don't have a live stream this month either, because of the holidays and because of the scheduling, and probably because of COVID, and maybe because of the boycott as well. There is no January update live stream. So no Cage, no Kim, no sort of fluffy packaging of, hey guys, this is the update before the APK agents show it off and smash it to bits with criticism. So yeah, we're going in pretty blind, and until we get the APK. And we have no idea what characters they could bring. I mean, literally, they could draw a bunch of different characters out of a hat. In the Loki run, if you continue reading it, if you go down and you continue reading this one, he interacts with a villain that I've never seen before called Armadillo, who looks kind of like Rhino. And then he later on fights with Nightmare. You could choose some of those characters. We talked about the characters that you see in the Thor 2020 run with Galactus, Black Winter. He briefly stands off. He has a little bout with sort of the demons in his mind, like Gord the God Butcher, Annihilus. You see all Malekith, all those guys. Sure, you could choose any of those, but honestly, you might just choose none of them. Maybe this is a small update. Maybe if you think about it, the Dark Avengers update was a really big update. We got lots of characters, lots of uniforms, and maybe that was their plan maybe for January, but then they had to delay things and swap things around. Who knows? I don't know. Maybe we're going to get Null mid-month as a character. Maybe some people are saying that the beginning of the update is just going to be uniforms for Herald Thor and sort of the Asgardians, and then mid-month we're going to get a bunch of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. stuff with new uniforms and tier 3s and characters for the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. side of things. I don't know. It'll be interesting to see. I'm down for whatever. I don't really care how they package it as long as there's enough content and as long as there's a lot of cool stuff and as long as there are reward improvements. That is what it's all about. Honestly, a massive rework to Loki, a massive rework to Valkyrie, as you can see them right here, and a massive rework to Thor, in my opinion, is basically like giving us 3 new characters. I have not played seriously in any way with Thor in a year. I have not played seriously in any way with Loki in like 2 or 3 years, except for Shadowland. 1 Shadowland stage a week. That's it. And I literally have not played with Valkyrie besides putting her on the team as a support character since she was released, which was 3+ years ago. So in my opinion, it's 3 brand new characters. I know some people might not feel the same way, but we'll have to wait and see how it goes. I'm very curious to see how they handle this update and what they're going to do about it, because you know they've tried a lot of different things, right? They did the APK stuff. They did the cat's over there. I know you are hearing my cat. It's not your cat. It might be your cat now that your cat hears my cat, but yes, this is my cat that you're hearing. They did the APK thing. They've done the staggered releases with the mid-month updates and sort of, delaying 1 uniform each week. Maybe they're going to try something new now at the beginning of 2021 and do something completely different. I don't know. I like it. I like the fact that they're experimenting. I like the fact that they're trying different things. It means that they are still trying to figure out what works best for the player base and what works best to sort of monetize the game for a long future, which, at the end of the day, it's a business. It has to make money. So we'll have to just wait and see how that goes. So yeah, hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know what you think. This key art is beautiful. It's gorgeous. But yeah, are we going to get characters, or is this going to be a uniform only update? Are the characters going to come in the mid-month? We know that they said that they were going to fix Molecule Man in the January mid-month update. So it already seems like they had stuff planned. Some people on Reddit speculated that maybe the January mid-month would be like part 2 of the Dark Avengers update, where we would get updates for Dakin, updates for Scorpion. Obviously, my cat doesn't seem to like that very much, so maybe it's something else entirely. Hit me up in the comments down below. Let me know. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care.